Yo, welcome to the Haunted Basement Studio. I'm your host, Triple B's, and in this video, I'm doing a story movie review on The Witch. So sit back and get ready for a wicked ass story. In the 1630s, deep in the heart of New England, there lived an English settler named William and his family. The family consists of William's devoted wife, Kathleen, their brave daughter, Tomlinson, young and curious son, Caleb, and the mischievous twins, Mercy and Jonas. Their peaceful existence was shattered when they were banished from their Puritan settlement due to their religious dispute. Undeterred by their exile, the family sought solace in the secluded area near the vast and mysterious forest. They built a humble farm there, hoping to establish a new life. Time passed, and Kathleen joyously gave birth to their fifth child, Samuel. However, tragedy struck one fateful day when Tomlinson was playing peekaboo with Samuel on the edge of the woods. In a chilling instance, the baby vanished, stolen by a witch who intended to use his innocent body for her nefarious flying ointment. The family was shattered by this devastating loss. Kathleen, overcome with grief, spent her days in tears and prayers. To add to their troubles, a bleak descendance upon their crops, threatening their survival. In an effort to provide for his family, William ventured into the forest to hunt for food, taking Caleb along with them. During their time in the woods, William confessed to Caleb that he had secretly traded Kathleen's favorite cherished silver cup for hunting supplies. Upon their return home, chaos erupted as the mischievous twins provoked the family's billy goat, Black Phillip. William swiftly returns the goats to its pen, but Kathleen chastised both of them and Caleb for their disappearance, and Tomlinson for her persevered failure to watch over the twins. As a punishment, Tomlinson was sent to the brook to wash William's clothes. In her frustration, she teases Mercy, claiming that she was a witch who had handed Samuel to the devil. The tensions grows further during dinner when Kathleen confronts Tomlinson about her missing silver cup, but William remains silent. That night, the children overhear their parents discussing the plans to send Thompson away to serve another family. Determined to prevent her banishment, Thomason discovers Caleb in the stables, preparing to check the traps in the forest. She insists on accompanying him, hoping to prove her worth. In the woods, they come across a hare that startles their horse, sending it into a panic frenzy. Their loyal dog, Flower, gives chase to the hare, and Caleb follows in pursuit of the dog. The horse violently threw Tomlinson, rendering her unconscious, and bolted away. Caleb now is lost, stumbled upon a desolate dwelling. To his astonishment, a bewitching woman dressed in a crimson cape emerges from the hovel and kisses him. William found Tomlinson and promptly took her home, scolding her for her involvement with Caleb and their dangerous escapade. In defense of his daughter, William finally confessed to selling the silver cup. That night, as a raging storm engulfs the surroundings, Tomlinson discovered Caleb outside the cabin, and he is naked, feverish, and delirious. The following day, the twins accused Tomlinson of causing Caleb's illness, claiming that Black Phillip had informed them. When Tomlinson attempts to milk the nanny's goat, blood gushes from its udder. Caleb regained consciousness only to convulse, scream, and speak incoherently. He vomits a decaying apple before the twins themselves fall into a convulsing state, accusing Thomason of witchcraft. In desperate attempt to save Caleb, Kathleen, William, and Thomason recite the Lord's Prayer, briefly calming him. However, his serenity was fleeting as he proclaimed his love for Christ before succumbing to death. Convinced that Tomlinson was a witch, Williams informed her that she could reverse her pact with the devil if she just confessed. Tomlinson, fueled by anger, called out her father's hypocrisy and weakness. She accused the twins under the influence of Black Phillip, whom she claimed was Lucifer herself, of bewitching the farm. Lost in the whirlwind of rage and confusion, William locked his surviving children in the goat house, vowing to return to the settlement in the morning. Tomlinson denied being a witch, but the twins remained silent when she questions them about their communication with Black Phillip. As the day broke, Kathleen and William buried Caleb, and during that night, Tomlinson witnessed her father breaking down, beseeching Christ to punish him for his arrogance and his cowardice, while begging for salvation of his children. And in a bizarre act of contention, William consumes dirt. Meanwhile, the witch has infiltrated the goat house, drinking the nanny's goat blood before turning her attention to the twins. Simultaneously, Kathleen experiences a hallucination, visions where Caleb and Samuel return to her side. Caleb is in his eternal form, suggesting that Kathleen could see them more frequently, and asked if she would look at a book. Filled with hope, Kathleen instructed Caleb to wait as she tended to Samuel. But Samuel transformed into a raven, viciously pecking at Kathleen's breast and leaving her blooded by the morning. As the sun rose, William awoke to find the goat house destroyed, the goats brutally slaughtered, the twins missing, and an unconscious Tomlinson laying nearby. Just as she regains consciousness, Black Phillip impales and kills William. In a deranged state, Kathleen attacks Tomlinson, accusing her of seducing William as Caleb, as well as orchestrating the tragedies that had befallen the family. Faced with her mother's onslaught, Tomlinson tearfully devoted herself, wielding a billhook to end her mother's life in self-defense. Now alone, Tomlinson sat at the table in the cabin. Even though drifting off to sleep, she was awakened by the chimes enchanting from the goat house. Curiosity compelled her to follow Black Phillip inside, urging him to speak in a voice that is no longer resembling a ghost. He offered Tomlinson a life of opulence and luxury. A book materializes before her, and Black Phillip now transforms into a handsome man. He is dressed in all black, and he says, Tomlinson, remove your clothes and sign your name within the pages. Accompanied now by Black Phillip in his goat form, Tomlinson ventures into the forest. She strips off all of her garments. There she discovers a gathering of witches engaging in a Ferris witches' Sabbath around a blazing bonfire. In a moment of incomplicity, freedom, Thomason joins the coven, ascending higher and higher above the treetops. Their laughter merges with the wind as they defy the laws of gravity. The end. And that was The Witch by Robert Eggers, starring Anna Taylor-Joy. Man, that movie was a trip with all the dialogue coming from the 1630s, this time period piece with the wardrobe. Absolutely crazy. I thought it was fucking pretty damn good. So, my final ranking on The Witch is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Means damn good movie. Glad I watched it and most likely will watch again. So thank you all for joining me in a haunted basement studio. I was your host, Triple B's. Remember to stab that like button with the sub and leave me a comment in the comment section below and tell me what you think of The Witch. Haha, later.